one of the perks of being in a sorority is that sometimes you get free stuff, and all you have to really do is just what did I have to do? I had to paint a paddle. His name is Gamma. But so today I said that I would make a post about the Flash, a theory or something. But instead I decided there was a post going around on Tumblr, and it kind of had me thinking, like, instead of talking about that, I'll probably at some point make a post about that, preferably before the season starts. But I think that before that happens, I just want to talk about fandom for a second. I know at the mention of fandom, everyone just kind of goes, oh, like, fandom is, it's a complicated idea, because on one hand, some people find fandom to be incredibly welcoming and open and, you know, a place where people can express themselves. Other people find it annoying and juvenile. Some people find it to be a bit overwhelming. Personally, in my experience, fandom has been both a blessing and a curse, because with fandom, I've been able to kind of express myself and kind of find new ways of thinking. But on the other hand, I've seen some really ugly behavior. I think fandom was the first time I saw people just be hateful, you know? Just hateful over fictional characters and plots, and you just kind of wonder, I wonder what you're like in real life. Do you behave this way towards real people, or do you think it's okay because you don't have any real world repercussions? In particular, I found that fandom has been pretty ugly towards black people, people of color mostly, but especially black people. There's there's a large number of people who see black characters, female and male black characters, and just treat them horribly. There's Finn from The Force Awakens, there's the way people treat Sam Wilson, there's the way people treated Mercedes Jones, and the way people treated pretty much every black female character on every show ever. I think the only show where the black female character was the most popular female character was The Flash with Iris. But even then, there's only two female characters on the show, and Caitlyn doesn't really get much in terms of storyline or lines in general. So, you know, there's not much to go by. Particularly, I found that fandom likes to pretend that they're not racist by kind of saying, you know, oh, I don't really like the fact that this black woman is getting into a relationship with this character because, you know, it takes away from their integrity. They are strong. They don't need to be in a relationship. Or wouldn't it be nice if male and female characters could just be friends? We don't need that. Platonic relationships are so rare in the media these days. And I agree to some extent. Yes, it's really hard to find male and female relationships that aren't either one-sided in terms of romantic feelings, or, you know, that don't eventually turn romantic. Case in point, right? I watch Scream on MTV, and recently there's a character named Noah and a character named Audrey. Audrey was in a relationship with a girl. She identifies as bisexual, bi-curious, and Noah is her best friend. But a few episodes ago, they had Noah declare that he loved Audrey, or that he had feelings for her. And it just kind of made things weird, because now he has a girlfriend. The girlfriend's jealous of Audrey, and it's just a big mess that doesn't really need to happen. But, you know, that's MTV for you. They don't believe in platonic male-female relationships. The males and females don't really interact unless one of the women has a boyfriend. Unless one of the women has a boyfriend. So Emma and Noah are friends, and they can be friends because Emma has a boyfriend. But she can't be friends with Eli because Eli wants to be her boyfriend. So it's that type of thing. But in regards to black women, it's a bit different because black women are often desexualized and they're told that they don't need men to be fulfilled. And while that's true, that doesn't mean that we should also be denied of relationships because of hurt feelings, you know? I think that the whole strong black woman don't need no man stereotype is hurtful because it means that people often assume we're kind of bulletproof, that we don't have feelings, we're not allowed to be sexual or romantic, and it's damaging because we're humans too, you know? And then I found that with Finn from The Force Awakens, people either ignore him or they treat him like he's just this hypersexual guy. Or they either treat him as hypersexual or extremely submissive. A lot of fan art depicts him as extremely huge and kind of barbaric, and Finn's not. Like, he's broad, but he's not that massive, and it's a bit weird because it's Finn's not necessarily, they either treat him like a baby or they treat him like he's some barbarian, which I hate, because just because Finn didn't grow up in the same society as everyone else doesn't mean he's an idiot. He knows what things are, he just might treat them or view them differently. As someone who is a black woman, it's sometimes hard to be in fandom spaces because it seems like every fandom space I've seen, people kind of don't know how to act. If you criticize the way a black character is treated, all of a sudden it becomes, well, I'm not racist just because I don't like this character. I just don't like the character, you know? I don't know why I don't like the character. But if you say things like, I ship every character together except this black character, it looks a little suspect, you know? There was this case of Mercedes Jones on Glee, the only black female character. She was the one that was frequently left out of gift sets, and everyone would be shipped with one another, but when it came to Mercedes, she was asexual all of a sudden. She doesn't like anyone. She's a loner. She's a strong black woman who don't need no man. They even had her say that on the show once, which kind of made me shudder. The fandom wanted to ship Sam with everyone except her, even with people he's never met. The people wanted her to, if anyone headcanoned her as queer, it became, no, everyone else is queer but her. And it's like, well, why? I don't know, it's just that way. It's like, that's ridiculous. I should be able to, you know, see this character with anyone I want, because I want to have the same enjoyment out of fandom as you. It's hard to enjoy fandom when you constantly feel like you have to fight for your favorite characters to get some sort of recognition or agency. It's not really fair, because everyone else is off, you know, enjoying their characters because they don't have to fight for their characters to be seen as independent or have agency or just be viewed as fully realized human beings. It's not right. And, you know, people need to kind of work on that, because the way you treat, even if it's fictional, you know, it doesn't exist in a bubble. If you feel that this black female character doesn't have agency, if she doesn't have independence because she's with a man, how do you feel about black women in real life? Do you feel like we just walk around, you know, I don't need no man, I'm an independent woman? It's like, I mean, yes, we view ourselves as independent, and a lot of the times we do have to carry the world on our shoulders. It's not something we do because we want to. It's something we have to do because we feel we have to, because other people don't really stick up for us sometimes. It would be nice if other people realize that we can't carry the world on our shoulders. We're still human, but people don't. And sometimes we want to be, there's this idea of women shouldn't want to be fragile. Women shouldn't want to be viewed as princesses in need of rescue, but you have to remember that Black women have never been viewed that way. We've never been viewed as people who deserve to be rescued. We're always the ones that have to rescue ourselves. We're always viewed as rough and tough and strong and huge and bones of steel, and it's like, no, a lot of us are sensitive. A lot of us are we're not all strong. I know I'm not. Like, I'm a very sensitive person sometimes. And I don't know. I just think it's important to remember that. Oh, this video's getting long. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say for now. I'll probably post a theory video soon. And I think that's about it. Anyways, that's all.